Hey guys, it's another Wednesday night hump night on movie night on the channel as I honor or attempt to honor baseball movies on the tabletop. In this week's edition, it'll be going back in the Wayback Machine. If you remember Mr. Peabody in the old cartoon, he had the Wayback Machine, Peabody and Sherman. And we're going back to 1909, and it's going to reflect the World Series Game 1 of the 1909 Pirates against the 1909 Tigers. The Pirates were led by Hall of Famer Honus Wagner, and the Tigers were led, among others, by Hall of Famer Ty Cobb. So we're going to be honoring the movie Cobb, starring Tommy Lee Jones and Robert Wuhl in this edition. So it's a game of Strat-o-Matic under the basic rules. 1909 World Series, I've used the actual lineups from Game 1. So sit back and relax and enjoy the channel's offering this week on honoring the movie Cobb. Hey guys, it's movie night on the channel again, another Wednesday night, movie night, hump night on the channel, honoring baseball movies on the tabletop. This week we go way back in time in the Wayback Machine, as Mr. Peabody would say, to 1909 and the movie Cobb starring Tommy Lee Jones as the rambunctious Ty Cobb, and we're going to play Game 1 of the 1909 World Series on Strat-o-Matic between the Tigers and the Pirates. So, without further ado, we will get going here. Everything's in the basic version because that's how these cards are laid out. So we've got the basic fielding chart and the basic runner chart right here, ready if needed, or when needed, because you know it's going to be needed eventually. Got our dice here, and got the cards all lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so easy to read here. Babe Adams is on the hill for the Pirates in this one. And we are ready to go. And here's the first pitch. It's Davy Jones. This is not the Davy Jones from the Monkees, it's just Davy Jones. He may be a monkey, but not in this case. So here is Davy Jones is at bat. It is, whoops, we got a foul ball right off the bat. In fact, let me move this chart here. I think that's going to hurt me. We'll just roll to this empty box, and that will be a little bit better. Okay, we got a 4-6. There's no lefty-righty check, but a 4 does say we go off the pitching card for Adams. 4-6 is a single, so Davy Jones. Don't know what's in his locker, but he got a base hit. And that'll bring up Donnie Bush. Donnie Bush. I had a friend growing up named Donnie Bush. Not the same one, obviously. Plus, he had 2 N's in his name, not 1. So let's see. 4-2. We're under Babe Adams again. 4-2 is a ground ball B. And on a ground ball B, the batter is out at first and the runners advance. I'm sorry. Runners are forced. If there's nobody forced, the batter's out. But in this case, the batter's safe, the runner is out. So it's a fielder's choice. We will call it a 1-6 fielder's choice. And that will bring up Ty Cobb. So Ty Cobb is up with 1 out and 1 on. And here's the pitch. It is a 6-7. 6-7 is a ground ball, shortstop X. So this time we will bring in the fielding prowess of the Pittsburgh shortstop, who in this case is the great Honus Wagner. Honus Wagner is a 1. So we go to the basic fielding chart for shortstops. Basic fielding shortstop, number 1, and we're going to be checking this column right here based on a D20 roll. So we're going to roll the D20, see what we get. The roll is a 9. So a 9 on a number 1. 9 is out with the number 3 at the bottom. So we check the number 3, and this tells us about runner advancement. Run on first, out going to second, providing there is 1 completion of double play. Other runners advance. Run on first is out going to second. So it looks like to me that there's a double play involved here. Can't tell if it's talking about a fielder's choice or a double play, but to me it looks like a double play. That's how I'm calling it. I'm not all that familiar with the basic. I'm so used to the advanced. but we're going to say it's a double play that Ty Cobb just hit into. So it's a 6-4-3 double play, one Hall of Famer grounding to another. And at the end of half an inning, it's the Tigers nothing and the Pirates coming to bat. And the Pirates will be facing Tiger pitcher George Mullen. George Mullen is the pitcher in this game. And you know what? I'm going to bring the fielding little chart back in here, just for aesthetics, if nothing else. I'll just push this against the box so it doesn't get caught underneath. All right, so Bobby Byrne will lead off for the for the Pirates against the Tigers. Bobby Byrne, the third baseman. And we'll get ready to go here against George Mullen. It's a 1-8. 1-8 for Byrne is a pop-up to the second baseman. So pops up to second, one away, and that will bring up Tommy Leach. Tommy Leach, the center fielder for the Pirates. Tommy Leach. All right, Tommy Leach. It is a 5-6. 5-6 for Tommy Leach off of Mullen's card is a potential double or a single. Got a split chance here. 1 to 4 is a double. Anything else is a single. So let's see what happens here. It is an 11, so that's going to be a single. So Leach gets a 1-out single to put him on base, and that'll bring up Fred Clark, the number 3 hitter in the order. Fred Clark is the left fielder for the Pirates. Fred Clark. It's a 6-11. So Mullen, under 11, is a fly ball right field X, and the right fielder just happens to be Ty Cobb. And Ty Cobb's fielding prowess, he is listed as a right fielder number 2. So Cobb is a number 2. We'll check our basic fielding chart for outfielders, and we'll be checking the number 2 column here off of a D20 roll. So we'll roll the D20, and we get a 19. So a 2 on a 19 says out number 5. Out number 5. That would be a sacrifice fly if there was a runner on third, but there's not, so it's simply just a fly ball to right. 2 down. 2 down, and that'll bring up the Flying Dutchman, I believe he was called, Honus Wagner. So Honus Wagner, shortstop, up, run on first, 2 outs. It is a 6-11. 6-11, we just had 6-11. We're back to another chance for Ty Cobb. We know he's a 2 already. It's a 5. 5 is an out number 4, but since it's the third out of the inning, it doesn't matter. And the inning's over. So after 1 complete here in Pittsburgh, it is the Tigers nothing and the Pirates nothing. All right, top of the second, Sad Sam Crawford is up. He is the center fielder for the Tigers to lead things off. And the pitch is a 5-12 under Babe Adams' card. That is a ground ball to Honus Wagner with an error check. Fielding check on Honus Wagner, or Honus Wagner. And Honus Wagner is a shortstop number 1. Shortstop 1. So we're going to check the basic fielding chart. We'll flip this around to the infield. And we'll check shortstop number 1, the 1 column. And see what happens. The D20 roll is a 3, so it's an out number 3, but since nobody's on base, it doesn't matter. It's just simply a 6-3 ground out, and Sam Crawford is indeed sad. So now that'll bring up the second baseman for the Tigers, and I'm not sure on all the pronunciations, but I'm going to call him Jim Delante. Jim Delante is the batter. It's a 6-7 for Babe Adams. 6-7. We just had that, didn't we? Ground ball to shortstop Honus Wagner again. So we check Honus Wagner. We know he's a 1. And it's a 1. A 1-1 is an out. So Honus Wagner makes the play twice in a row. And Delante is gone. Quickly 2 away. And that'll bring up George Moriarty. So Moriarty steps in. The pitch. Ooh. Pitch is a 3-8. 3-8 is under Moriarty. That's a ground ball shortstop A, but with nobody on base, it's simply another ground out to Honus Wagner. He takes care of all 3 outs this inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the second. Still no score. And leading off for the Pirates will be second baseman Dots Miller. Dots Miller. Got some interesting names back in the day. Dots Miller. It is a 6-3, which is under Mullen, and that's a fly ball left field X. Left field X. The left fielder is Tom Jones, and he is listed. I'm sorry, not Tom Jones. It's Davy Jones. Tom Jones is the third baseman. Davy Jones is listed as a 2, so he's an outfield 2. And we will flip the basic fielding chart over to the outfielders and roll the D20. D20 is a 20, and number 2, 20 is an out, number 5, but the bases are empty, so it doesn't really matter. It is simply a fly to left, and Dots Miller is out of there. And that'll bring up the next man in the Pirate order, which is first baseman Bill Epstein, or Epstein. I think it's Epstein. Could be Epstein. Hard to tell. It's a 5-9. 5-9 for Mullen is a strikeout. So Mullen picks up a strikeout on Epstein, or Epstein, for out number 2. And finally, a name I can pronounce. Coming up next for the Pirates will be the right fielder, Owen Wilson. Not the actor Owen Wilson, but just Owen Wilson. 2 out, spaces empty. It is a 6-4. 6-4 for Mullen. Well, we got a chance for a home run if it's a 1. Anything else is a fly ball to left. So we roll the D20. As long as we don't roll a 1, it's a fly to left. And it's a 19, so that is a fly to left to end the inning. And nothing doing for the Pirates here in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third. Still no score. And Tom Jones, the third baseman, the first baseman, Tom Jones, first baseman, is up to lead things off against Babe Adams. It's a 4-9. 4-9 is a ground ball to second. So Babe Adams gets Jones to ground to second for out number 1. And now we'll go to the number 8 hitter in the order, catcher Boss Schmidt. Boss Schmidt. And here's the pitch. It is a 3-5, which is still under Boss. So that's a single. A single for Boss Schmidt. I got to be careful how I say that. That's going to come out wrong in so many ways. All right, so Boss gets a base hit. But what that does is now allows the pitcher, George Mullen, to bunt since there's a runner on first base. So we'll go to the sacrifice bunt chart. And on the basic version, it doesn't matter what the rating of the bunter is. You just roll 2 D6s and check the chart. So we're going to roll 2 D6s. The roll is a 7. A 7. And on 7, here it says batter is thrown out by first baseman, runners advance. So it's a successful sacrifice. Sacrifice goes 3-4 for out number 2. Schmidt does go to second base, and we're back to the top of the order, and Davy Jones with a chance to drive home the first run of the game. So let's see what Jones can do. It is a 5-7 against Babe Adams. Well, we got a split chance. 1-2 is a single. Anything else is a line out to second base. So Jones looking for a 1 or 2, but he gets a 20, so he's going to line out to second to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Tigers here in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless. And the Pirates are stepping to the plate is catcher George Gibson in the number 8 position. George Gibson, finally a name I can pronounce. George Gibson. It is a 5-6 off of Mullen. 5-6 is a split chance. 1-4 for a double, 5-20 for a single. So let's see here. It is a 20, so that's going to be a single for George Gibson. And as the number 8 hitter, that will allow George Mullen, the pitcher, to sacrifice bunt. And again, it doesn't matter what his bunt rating is. We're just going to roll 2 D6s. It's a 7, and that's the same we had last time. Sacrifice hit to the first baseman. So he gets the job done. And that puts a runner in scoring position with 1 out for the top of the order. And we're back to Bobby Byrne. Bobby Byrne, the third baseman, he popped to second his first time up. And it's 5-10 off of Mullen's card, which is a strikeout. So Mullen rearing back and picking up the strikeout for out number 2. And that will bring up Tommy Leach. Tommy Leach, the center fielder, with 2 outs and runner in scoring position. 1-5. A 1-5 is a ground ball to short. So the inning is over. Leach unable to draw the run home. And after 3 complete, we are at no score here in Pittsburgh. So coming up now for the Pirates, Babe Adams back on the bump. And Donnie Bush, the shortstop, leading things off. He grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Bush, a 2-8. 2-8 for Bush is a walk. So Bush draws a leadoff walk right in front of Ty Cobb. So now Ty Cobb has a chance to do some damage here. The runner at first. Here's the pitch to Cobb. It is a 2-4. 2-4 says ground ball first base B. That is going to be a fielder's choice. So Cobb reaches on the fielder's choice, 3-6 put out. And now there is one away, but Ty Cobb has a AAA steal rating. AAA steal rating. I don't even have the stealing chart that goes that high. But anyway, he's a 1-17 runner, so he is going to get a chance to steal second base here. He is being held, I believe. But in the basic game, as far as I remember in the basic game, you just go by this chart and that's it. So it's a 1-17. He's going to steal. And he does it. So Ty Cobb steals second base. And that puts him in scoring position. I hope I did that correctly. I believe in the basic version there you don't have to check anything as far as hold ratings and catcher throw ratings and so forth. So that'll bring up Sad Sam Crawford with Cobb in scoring position. It's a 1-8. A 1-8 is a pop out to first base. So 2 down now as Crawford is still sad. And it's up to Jim Delonte to drive the run home here. Delonte grounded to short his first time up. It's a 4-7. And a 4-7 off Babe Adams is a ground ball second base X. So we will be checking the error rating, or the range rating I should say, of Dots Miller. Dots Miller is a 2. So we go to the basic fielding chart for second baseman. And he's a number 2. So we'll be checking this column here off of D20. And the flip is, or the roll is an 18. 18 is out number 1. So again, being the final out of the inning, it doesn't matter what about other runners. The inning is over. Top of the 4th is done. Tigers go scoreless again. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and the Pirates will see what they can do against Tiger starter George Mullen. It'll be Fred Clark who flied to Cobb his first time up. It is a 6-6. 6-6 is a fly ball to center field. So Crawford hauls that in for out number 1. And now that'll bring up Honus Wagner. So Honus Wagner flied to right his first time up as well. See what he can do. It is a 2-5, and a 2-5 is a walk. 2-5 is a walk. So Wagner will walk. He is an A stealing rating, so we're going to give him a shot. And on the A stealing rating, it's a 1-15 in the basic. So he's going to take a shot at it. 1-15 are pretty good odds. See what the D20 says. It is a 9. A 9, so he is safe. So Wagner, not to be outdone by Cobb, steals second base as well. Puts himself into scoring position with 1 out for Dots Miller, the second baseman. See what Dots can do. It is a 1-6. 1-6, and Dots has done it. It is a split chance, either double or single, but it is a star-star. So either way, Honus Wagner will score. It is a 13, so it is a single, but it's a star-star. So therefore, Honus Wagner motors around to score, and the Pirates have broken through first. They now lead it 1-0, thanks to the base running of Honus Wagner. And now Bill Epstein, the batter. It's a 4-7 off of Mullen, is a single, but no stars, so we're going to assume one base advancement, not take any chances. So there's runners at first and second now with only one out, and that'll bring up Owen Wilson. So Owen Wilson is up. Fly to left his first time up. This is a 5-12 for Mullen. It's a ground ball first base C, so that means it's a ground ball to first base unassisted, and the other runners will all advance. So Dots Miller will go to third, Epstein will go to second, but there are two outs, and George Gibson, the catcher, is coming up. They could walk him with first base open and get to the pitcher, Babe Adams, but they're going to take a chance. They're going to take a chance and pitch to him. Let's see here, 4-6. 4-6 is a fly ball to center field, so the gamble paid off. They'll get to have Adams lead off the next inning. But the Pirates do pick up a run in the bottom of the fourth, and after 4 complete, it is now the Pirates 1 and the Tigers nothing. And George Moriarty will lead things off for the Tigers. He grounded to Wagner his first time up. It's a 2-7. 2-7 is a pop out to the third baseman. So pops out to third, one away. And now we're back to Tom Jones, the first baseman for the Tigers. Tom Jones. And it's a 3-7. 3-7 is a single star if it's a 1 through 17 or a line out if it's 18 through 20. So as long as he can avoid the 18 through 20, he will have a base hit. And he does. It's a 14, so it's a base hit for Tom Jones, which is not unusual. So Tom Jones gets a base hit, and that'll bring up, I'll be very careful to say it, Boss Schmidt. So here we go. It is a 5-8. 5-8 is under Babe Adams' card, and that is a strikeout. So Babe Adams strikes out Schmidt. 2 down now, and the pitcher spot coming up. So he might get out of this without any further damage. Let's see what happens. George Mullen, the batter, using pitcher hitting card number 3. It is a 2-9. 2-9 is a strikeout on pitcher hitting card number 3, and the inning is over. So Babe Adams has cruised through 5 innings, shutting out the Tigers here. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still 1-0 Pirates. And Babe Adams will actually lead off the bottom of the 5th, and he's sitting off pitcher hitting card number 1 against Mullen. It's a 3-7, which is a ground ball to second base. So at least he didn't strike out, he made contact. But it's an out nonetheless. It's 1 away. But now we're back to the top of the order, and Bobby Byrne. Bobby Byrne struck out his last time up. 6-7. 6-7 for Mullen is a ground ball to shortstop X. So we do need to check the shortstop, Donnie Bush. And Donnie Bush, his rating is a 1. So that's the best you can have. So we'll go to the basic fielding chart. Under the shortstop, number 1. And we'll check that first column off of D20. And it's a 12. And so that's a 1 base error. 1 base error on Donnie Bush. So how about that? I think it's the first time I've had an error on the basic game. So Donnie Bush making the error. So he's at first base, or I should say Burns at first base, thanks to the error. And now that'll bring up Tommy Leach. Tommy Leach. See what he can do. Leach, a 5-8 off of Mullen, is a pop-up to the shortstop. So he pops it up. That'll be the second out of the inning. And that'll lead up to Fred Clark stepping to the plate. Fred Clark, he's 0 for 2. He flied to center his last time up. Fred Clark. It is a 6-6. 6-6 is a fly ball to center field off of Wilson's card, or Mullen's card, I'm sorry. So it is a fly ball to center to end the inning. So the error does not come back to hurt them. And after 5 complete, the score is still the Pirates 1 and the Tigers nothing. And we're back to the top of the order for the Tigers in Davy Jones. He's not monkeying around. It's 2-9. 2-9, but he does ground to second. So he will start the 6th with an out. 1 away for Donnie Bush. Try to make up for that error. Donnie Bush. And it's a 2-8. 2-8 for Bush is a walk. So Donnie Bush walks. That's the second time he's walked. He walked last time as well. So he walked in front of Ty Cobb just like he did last time. But the first time this happened, Cobb grounded into a fielder's choice, then stole second. So we'll see what happens this time. It is a 4-8 off of Babe Adams' card, and he pops up to the first baseman. So he pops up to Abstein for out number 2, and that'll bring up Sad Sam Crawford with a chance to not be sad anymore if he can get a hit here. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-7, which is under Babe Adams. And he's got a chance for a hit. It's a slim chance, but it's still a chance nonetheless. A 1-2 on the D20 would be a single. And it is a 19, so he did not make it. Therefore, it's a line out to second base. And the inning is over. And good old Babe Adams is just rolling along here for the Pirates. He has shut out the Tigers through 6. Go to the bottom of the 6th, still 1-0 in favor of the Pirates. And Honus Wagner is your leadoff batter of the inning against George Mullen. It's a 1-2. 1-2 is a ground ball to third. So he grounds out to Moriarty for out number 1. Big batter to get out of the lineup here in this inning. And that'll bring up Dots Miller. Dots Miller has the only RBI of the game. See what he can do this time. It's a 5-9 under Mullen. 5-9 is a strikeout. So Mullen strikes out Miller for out number 2. And that will bring up Bill Abstein, the first baseman, with 2 outs and nobody on base. Abstein is the batter. And it's a 4-10, which is under Mullen again. Catcher's card X. Catcher's card X. The catcher, Schmidt, is a 3. So not that great. He's kind of average. So we will go to the basic chart for catchers and roll the D20 and see what happens. It's a 19. Number 3, 19. It says roll 20-sided die again. So we're going to do a re-roll here. We'll roll it again, just like the chart says. And it's a 7 this time. And a 7 says safe at first on error dribbler. So a dribbler in front of the plate by Abstein that Schmidt was unable to gather in. So it's another error on the Tigers. E2. And that keeps the inning going for Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson is a 5-7. 5-7 is a ground ball second base, but there's another fielding check. So we'll go to the second baseman this time, and we'll be checking on Delonte. So we'll see what Delonte can do with the D20. And Delonte is a 2 rated second baseman. It's a 19. 19 and a 2 is an out 1, so they'll take it. That's the third out of the inning. They don't care how it happens. They just want the out. And the inning's over. So we completed 6 here in Pittsburgh, and still the Pirates are clinging to that 1-0 lead over the Tigers. And we start the top of the 7th, and it'll be Jim Delonte. Jim Delonte, the batter, against Babe Adams, who's been cruising. It's a 6-7. 6-7 is a ground ball to shortstop X. That's Honus Wagner's territory. And we will check. I believe Honus Wagner was a 1 last time we did a check on him, and he is, in fact, a shortstop 1. So we got the shortstop 1 chart there. Anything other than 11 or 12 will be an out. 11 or 12 will be an error. It is a 2, so that is an out. So it is a ground out to Honus Wagner for out number 1. And that'll bring up next man in the Tiger order, George Moriarty, the third baseman. It is a 110. 110 is a split chance. He's got 1 in 20 chance at a triple. Anything else is a single. So a 5% chance for a triple. Anything else for a single. And he got the triple. How about that? He rolled a 1. So Moriarty beat the odds there in triples with 1 out. And that's big with 1 out. Pirates will have to bring the infield in, as Tom Jones is up. And with a runner on third and less than 2 outs, it's not unusual to bring the infield in, even against Tom Jones. Okay, Tom Jones. Infield in, 3-5. 3-5 is a strikeout. Doesn't matter where the infield is at all. They don't even need the infield. It's a strikeout. So 2 down. And now an interesting decision for the Pirates with Boss Schmidt at the plate and the pitcher spot on deck. Although they could pinch hit for Mullins, so they're going to go after Schmidt right here. Runner at third and 2 outs. Here's the delivery. It's a 1-6. 1-6 is a pop out to third base. So Babe Adams gets out of it and pitches around that triple. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. It is still the Pirates 1 and the Tigers nothing. Okay, bottom of the 7th, and George Gibson, the catcher and number 8 hitter in the lineup, will lead off against Mullen. It's a 4-2. Mullen 4-2 is a strikeout. So 1 away. And we're to the pitcher spot, Babe Adams. But as well as he's pitching, they're not pinch hitting for him. He's going to go ahead and hit here off pitcher hitting card number 1. It doesn't matter because it's off Mullen's card anyway. 4-9. 4-9 is a ground ball to second base. So there's 2 outs. Nobody on. And that brings up the top of the order and Bobby Byrne. Bobby Byrne, baby Byrne. Disco Inferno. Here we go. It is a 2-5. 2-5 is a potential single. We've got a 1 through 6 chance, or 1 to 6 on the D20, I should say. 1 to 6 is a single. Anything else is a line out to short. It's a 5, so he got his base hit. A 2-out single for Byrne, and he's an A stealing rating of A, so he's going to give it a shot here. He's got a 1 through 15 chance to be safe. 1 through 15. But it's an 18, so he's caught stealing. Caught stealing to end the inning. Well, he took a gamble. There's 2 outs and a runner at first. You want to get in scoring position, and he was an A stealer. But just didn't work out that time for him. Oh well, so the 7th inning is over. No score in that inning. And after 7 complete, it's the Pirates 1, Tigers nothing. And we will be right back. Okay, the top of the 8th is upon us. And the pitcher spot, Mullen is up in the order, but he will not hit. Pinch hitting for the Tigers is Oscar Stanag. Stanag. S-T-A-N-A-G-E. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Stanag, maybe? Stanaggy. I think it's probably Stanag. And Ralph Works is in the bullpen for the Tigers. He will come in and pitch the bottom of the 8th. But right now it's Stanang against Babe Adams. And it is a 5-7. 5-7 is a potential single, but not very good. 1 to 2 for a single. Anything else is a line out. So unless he can get a 1 or a 2, he's going to be out. It's a 3. He just missed it. But missed it nonetheless. It's a line out to second base for Stanang. All right, so he is out, and Works will be the new pitcher in the 8th for the Tigers. So Stanang unable to get the base hit, so we're back to the top of the order and Davy Jones. And Jones, a 6-6 off of Babe Adams, is a pop out to third base. So pop out to third, 2 down. Babe Adams is rolling in this game. And that'll bring up Donnie Bush. Last gasp here for the Tigers with the top of the order up. Ty Cobb is on deck. Here's Bush. It's a 3-6. 3-6 is a single. So Bush gets a 2-out single. 2-out single for Bush. And he is a AA rated stealer. So we're going to be running here. 1 to 17 chance. And he got it. So Bush is now in scoring position. Although they could walk Ty Cobb. That would be kind of a gutsy move to do that. But we're doing a video here, so we're not going to intentionally walk superstars during a video. We're going to play it out. We're going to trust Babe Adams to take care of Ty Cobb here. Let's see what happens. 2 outs, runner at second. It is a 6-8. A 6-8, and he's done it. He did get him out. It's a fly to center. So Babe Adams gets out of it. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 1-0 in favor of the Pirates, thanks to Babe Adams' wonderful pitching. And now Ralph Works is in the ball game to pitch for the Tigers. Works will come in and work the 8th. And he will be facing Tommy Leach to lead things off as the Pirates look for an insurance run. It is a 4-6. 4-6 is under Works, and that's a strikeout. So Works comes in right away and strikes out Tommy Leach for out number 1. That'll bring up Fred Clark, and Honus Wagner is lingering on deck. But Fred Clark will get the first crack at it. It is a 3-5, which is under Clark. 3-5 is a walk. 3-5 is a walk, so he is on base for Honus Wagner. And he is a stealing rating of A, but they want Honus Wagner. They don't want to take a chance of getting him thrown out with Honus Wagner at the plate. So they're going to hold him there and let Wagner hit. It is a 5-4. 5-4. Good thing they did. Look at this. 5-4 is a potential double or triple, depending on the D20. 1 to 7 is a triple. It is a 19, so it's a double. So the double, and the double is assumed to go to center field. Do they want to try it off Crawford's arm? Now they're actually going to hold him there. So second and third now, 2 outs for Dots Miller. And it's a 2-6. 2-6 for Dots Miller as a grounder to third. Inning is over. So maybe they should have sent him. We'll never know. We completed 8. It's the score. Still, Pirates 1, Tigers nothing. Okay, top of the 9th, and we're going to let Babe Adams try to get the complete game. Probably should have sent the runner on that double, and I didn't. But oh well, that's the way it goes. So sad Sam Crawford will lead things off here in the 9th. It's a 2-5, and that is a leadoff single. Crawford leads off with a single. That'll bring up Jim Delonte. They're going to trust Babe Adams to finish this thing out all the way. It's a 1-2 is a walk. So bullpen now stirs for the Pirates. Is George Moriarty comes to the plate. Pirate bullpen is now loosening. And we'll see who they're going to go with here. And it looks like they're going to turn to Sam Frock. Sam Frock is now in the bullpen. There he is. So he's getting loose right away. And with 2 outs and nobody on, the prudent move here, especially back in the day, was to sacrifice. So we're going to roll 2 dice to do the sacrifice. It's an 11. An 11, batter pops out to first, runners hold. So Moriarty unable to get the bunt down. That is a big out. And Tom Jones, the batter. Okay, Tom Jones, 1 out, 2 on, bunt unsuccessful, so he'll have to try to do it with a base hit. It is a 5-7, Babe Adams, 5-7. 1 to 2 was a single, anything else is a line out to second, and the single is only 1 star, so even with a hit, it would not score the run. Anything other than a 1 or 2 is an out. It's a 2, so it is a single. Tom Jones singles, and the bases are loaded. because there was just one star after that single. So bases are loaded now with 2 outs, top of the 9th. I'm sorry, with 1 out, top of the 9th. And Boss Schmidt, the batter. Babe Adams. Babe Adams. They're going to yank him. So Babe Adams is coming out. Sam Frock is the new pitcher. And he will be facing Boss Schmidt. It's a 4-7. 4-7, well, it was trouble. 4-7 would have been a ground ball second on Babe Adams' card. But on Frock's card, it's either going to be a 2-run single or a triple. So we'll see what happens here on the D20. And that's an 11, so that's a single. But it's a star-star, so 2 runs come across. And the Tigers take a 2-1 lead. And Frock is not happy. And that'll bring up the pitcher spot, so we'll pause while we go to a pinch hitter. Okay, the damage is done as the Tigers take a 2-1 lead. Matty McIntyre is the pinch hitter now, with runners at the corners and 1 out. It is a 6-5 off of Frock. That is a fly ball B, fly ball B. And that means a sacrifice fly. So McIntyre flies to center, sacrifice fly, brings home run number 3. And the Tigers now push across a 3rd run to lead 3-1. And Davy Jones, the batter. So unfortunately, Babe Adams may take the loss because of Frock allowing the inherited runners to score. It's a 4-12. 4-12 is a ground ball to first. Inning is over, but damage is done. Tigers pick up 3 in the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 3-1, Tigers lead the Pirates. And new pitcher for the Tigers is George Suggs. George Suggs is in to try to wrap things up. He'll be facing Epstein, Wilson, and Gibson, the bottom of the Pirate order. It's a 3-3. 3-3 off of Epstein's card is a walk. So maybe the Pirates aren't done yet. Leadoff walk. And now that brings up Owen Wilson. Tying run is at the plate. 1-5 for Wilson. It's a single star, so runners are at the corners. Nobody out. And now the Tigers are getting a little antsy. And that'll bring up the number 8 hitter, George Gibson. It is a 5-7 off of Suggs. 5-7 is a ground ball to shortstop X. The shortstop is Bush. He's a 1. So we'll check the fielding chart for a 1. Runners are at the corners and his double play depth. 2. So a 2 is, he's a 1, and a number 2 is a 3. Out number 3. Out number 3 says runner on first, out going to second. Other runners advance. So it looks like a double play. Double play. So that is a 6-4-3 double play. The run does score, but now there's 2 outs and the base is empty. It's a 3-2 game. And with the pitcher spot coming up, we will pause for a pinch hitter. Okay, Ham Hyatt pinch hitting here with 2 outs in the 9th against Sugg, and the bases are empty. 2-2. 2-2 is a foul out to the catcher, and the ball game is over. So the Pirates score 1 in the 9th, but it's not enough. And the Tigers of Ty Cobb hold on to win by the final score of 3-2. Thanks everybody for another Wednesday night on the channel as we look at Strat-o-Matic and honor the movie Cobb. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that rendition of Strat-o-Matic as we honored the movie Cobb. And the movie series will continue next week with another ball game to honor another movie on the tabletop. And so next week we get a little bit more modern. We went way back in the Wayback Machine, obviously. So next week we're going to get more modern, and actually it's not going to be a movie per se. It's going to be a honoring of I believe it was an ESPN special called Hustle, that talked about the life and times of Pete Rose, particularly when he was managing the Reds. So what we're going to do next week is play a game on Strat-o-Matic again, and it'll be from 1988, a ball game against the Mets in which Pete Rose actually bumped an umpire and was suspended for 30 days. So that'll be next week's offering, but I hope you enjoy the offering of Cobb this week. And next week we go to Hustle.